Hey everyone, welcome back to DFS Bros. This is Nick by myself today. Kirk is not able to make it. I'm just going to talk about the NBA slate for December 23rd. It's the first full night of the NBA. We got 13 games tonight. It's looking like it's going to be a good slate. As you can tell, I'm in my Joel Embiid jersey, ready for the Sixers to play the Wizards tonight. Without further ado, I'm going to get into my picks for the first night of the NBA season 2020-2021. So first, I'm going to give you two players from each position that I like a lot tonight. First, I'm going to go with Luka Doncic, 10,000 from the Dallas Mavericks. He is my closest thing to a lock of the night. Porzingis is out. Luka eats 13 games without him last year, and he absolutely crushed it every single game. Should have a fantastic fantasy game. He is really underpriced, especially for being $10,000. Last year games without Kristaps, he was reaching the 12,000 range. You get some salary relief with Luka tonight, which is such a strange thing to say. My second point guard of the night is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team is not a good team this year, and we get Shai at a discount. Again, I feel like Houston will be missing a lot of their starters. They should be without Harden, John Wall. They will be a fairly weak team. There's going to be two really bad teams going against each other tonight. I think Shai will be able to eat. He has really high assist percentages without Chris Paul, and as you all know, he is now in Phoenix. I think Shai's too cheap at 7,500. He should be able to eat really well tonight, probably get a double-double. On shooting guard, my first shooting guard I have today is Alec Burks from the New York Knicks. Since I'm playing a lot of Luka tonight and I have a few other high-priced guys, I will need some salary relief. And that first comes with Alec Burks. He should be starting for the Knicks. He should be getting over 30 minutes. Last year, he did really, really well coming off the bench for the 76ers. He did really well starting for the Golden State Warriors without Steph Curry and without Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. At 4,800, I could see him getting 30 points, which would almost 8x his price tag, which is what you're looking for in fantasy basketball. With that being said, I'm going over to another cheaply priced shooting guard, and that is Eric Bledsoe from the New Orleans Pelicans. At 5,600, another player that should be starting, that should be getting over 30 minutes this game. Last year, Eric Bledsoe didn't play that much whenever he was starting for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he didn't really have that high of a fantasy point per minute because he was battling with Giannis, literally averaging over 60 points a game for fantasy basketball. A lot of teams will be focused on Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson for this game. That should leave Bledsoe open. He should be able to get really high assists, really good amount of points, maybe even some rebounds. I think Eric Bledsoe starts off a great season tonight. Now on to small forward. Both of my small forwards are from the same team, but they both have cross-positional availability. So that means they can both be played in several different positions. Daniel House and Eric Gordon. Daniel House is 4,500. Eric Gordon is 5,000. Both guys should see a higher usage rate tonight and a higher fantasy points per minute. Last year, without James Harden and Russell Westbrook on the court, both these players were eating. Both those games, both guys had really high fantasy point games. I think they're both in line for some good games tonight, especially going against a very, very bad Oklahoma City Thunder team. So that's for my small forward. Like I said, both Eric Gordon and Daniel House. On the power forward, John Collins at 7,600. Without Clint Capella, more than likely out tonight, John Collins should be able to take advantage of that and have a good game of 20 points, 10 rebounds, which he averaged last year. He averaged right above 40 points per game last year, which with his salary tonight, would that be 5.5x, which is what you are looking for fantasy basketball. I think John Collins eats tonight and has a very good game. My next player, I promise I don't necessarily like the Thunder versus the Houston game from like stacking and things like that, but my next power forward is Al Horford. In both of the games the Thunder had for the preseason, he looked fantastic compared to last year. Last year, whenever he was on the 76ers, Horford had to battle with Ben and Embiid. All three of them just wanted to hang out down low and get rebounds, drive to the basket, and things like that. It was too cluttered. All three of them suffered for it. All three players should have better seasons this coming year. There's not really anyone behind Al Horford. He should get starting center minutes. He should be on the court a lot, 30-plus minutes a game. And at just over 6,000, I think he is priced accordingly to what he did last year. And I think he should have a good game tonight, especially with how many players from the Rockets will be out. On to my center position. Another player from the Houston Rockets, Christian Wood, at 6,300. As you all know by now, Houston is missing a lot of pieces tonight. Christian Wood is a very skilled player. Last year, after the Detroit Pistons traded away Andre Drummond, Christian Wood stepped in and became a fantastic center the last half of the year. He ate almost every single game. I could see him getting 20 and 10 tonight, having a fantastic fantasy game at only 6,300. No Boogie Cousins equals more center minutes for Christian Wood, as their backup is not that great compared to what Christian Wood and Boogie Cousins can do. So I see Christian Wood playing a really high amount of minutes tonight. For my last player, I'm wearing his jersey right now, Joel Embiid, for the Philadelphia 76ers going against the Washington Wizards. Washington is not that great of a team. Joel Embiid is 9,800, which is very cheap for him. He has the ability to go 20 and 20 any night. Without Al Horford here, Doc Rivers' new system, Embiid won't get double teamed a lot, as we actually have 3-point shooters on the outside with Seth Curry and Danny Green, and Ben Simmons is back and healthy. Joel Embiid should look good. He should get almost 50 fantasy points tonight. I believe he will have a good game, and he will cement why he is the best big man in the NBA right now. So real quick, I'm going to run back through the 10 players I had for you guys. Make sure you follow Kirk and I on Twitter. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So with that being said, just going to go back through my players. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Alec Burks, Eric Bledsoe, Daniel House, Eric Gordon, John Collins, Al Horford, Christian Wood, and Joel Embiid. So, like I said, follow us on Twitter. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Make sure you check us out this NBA season. We should have a few videos a week for that, as well as check us out for playoffs for the NFL. Y'all have a good